Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert Camo, the fantasy football counselor. We are doing a fantasy football mock draft here today with the listeners. Excited to have you guys on. If you guys want to take part in these mock drafts, head on over to fantrax.com/FFC, create an account, and watch my story mode on Tuesdays, because that's when I do the mock drafts. Watch my story mode Tuesday. If you're the first person to DM me after I do a post on this, you are first to get in. So that's very important, guys. Fantrax.com/FFC if you guys want in on these. And then as soon as I do a story mode on my Instagram at Fantasy Football Counselor asking, hey guys, mock draft, first to DM me, I'll send you guys a link and you guys can get in. So you can see here, a lot of active people here in the comments. You already getting going. It's funny, you guys, with your names here. We got OBJ Reborn, Ricky Williams, Shower Lion, the Kinsheeps' picks. Love it, man. A lot of Council Nation, a lot of Council pride in here. Absolutely love it. We are drafting from the 5th pick, so I'm excited to do that. Well, I am anyway. And it's going to be interesting because I think the last couple drafts we did, I was drafting later in the first round. So you guys are scooping up all the running backs. So I'm going to have my share pick of a running back, a solid one anyway, with minimal committee, in the first 5 picks. Hopefully, I should anyway, because there's about 9 to 10 good running backs with a minimal committee. So we're going to be going first, 5th pick here. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys do subscribe, leave a thumbs up here on the YouTube video. Let me know what you guys think of the 5th pick here. We're going wild, and we're doing 5 rounds here. I'm going to do 5 rounds. If you guys want to see my full complete draft, every optimal player draft in each round, sleepers, breakouts, everything you guys need, head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. That's thefantasyfootballcounselor.com, or link below. Get the 16-round draft solution. I promise you, it's a game changer. Draft kits are dead. Rankings are dead. You need to know all the optimal players drafted in each round and have a balanced roster with players with upside, also players that are consistent and safe and solid. You got to know which quarterbacks to draft, which running backs to draft. I've done all that research. I live and breathe this, guys. You're going to be in good hands, like having me at the draft with you. 16 rounds is the game changer. It's innovative, and it's really going to help you guys crush your league. So thefantasyfootballcounselor.com or link below. Also, guys, manscaped.com. Use promo code ShowerLion. Get the 16-round draft. Manscaped.com. Use promo code ShowerLion. I'm thinking 16 rounds. It's engraved in my head. See, it's good. It's good. So manscaped.com. Use promo code ShowerLion. Get yourself 20% off your purchase. Amazing products, guys. I've got a Lawnmower 3.0 in my hand right now. Navigational light, skin safe technology. Get it right now, okay? So, and if you're in the car, guys, don't worry if you're listening to the podcast in the car, because we're walking through this mock draft step by step here, round by round for the first 5 rounds, and going through all of the picks. Okay, guys, I'm excited. Here we go. Mock Draft Fantasy Football 2021. We are so close to the season, guys. We are less than a month from actual NFL football. Can you believe it? Seasons ago. I'm excited. Fantasy football is almost here. Draft season is almost here. We're going to get you guys hyped up here in this mock draft. So fantrax.com/FFC if you guys want in, create an account, watch my story mode Tuesday for your chance to get in. And here we go. The draft is starting here. We're going to roll. Let's see who goes first overall pick. And you guys know me. I'm going to filter by running backs here. I want to give you guys a fantasy football draft strategy right here, right now. Give you guys a bit of sample here of 16 rounds. I emphasize the 0 wide receiver, which is the robust RB strategy here, because you got to go with a running back with minimal committee. It's very important you do. It's a scarce position. And also want to make a note here doing drafts, there is a ton of wide receivers to go for, okay? A ton of wide receiver ones that are there on the board even after the 5th round. So there is a ton of guys that could break out. I mean, there's a Michael Pittman, DJ Chark, Cortland Sutton, to name 3 wide receivers right off the bat that people are completely sleeping on and that are under the radar. I just named you 3, but there's way more, even a lot of rookie wide receivers that I think could make a huge impact this year, including guys like Elijah Moore. So you guys can wait on wide receivers, believe me, okay? So the draft is underway here. Oh, man, I got sniped. Shower Lion took Najee Harris. I was actually going to go Najee Harris here. So we got Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, and Najee coming off the board. And that's okay. I'm going to go here. I got Saquon Barkley, and I already did a video here, if you're not following on Insta, where I think Ezekiel Elliott is the safest pick here. I'm going to go Saquon Barkley here, and I'm banking here on upside. And I think he's going to have a great year this year. Volume, opportunity. Now, we hear that he might get integrated slowly because, again, coming off that injury. I've been watching training videos of Saquon Barkley in the sand, working hard. quads are looking good. I'm excited for a bounce back season. It's make or break literally for Saquon Barkley. So I'm excited about him this season. Now, it's funny, Sheep's pick actually picked Dalvin Cook. It's actually kind of funny. I got to make a comment here. Sheep's going Dalvin. That's actually one of their better picks throughout the years, is Dalvin Cook. He's actually kind of panned out, unlike some of the other guys, although Cook still has not finished a season. He has just not finished a season yet. I don't care what you say. And I know he had a good season last year, but in 2019, you guys remember, he wasn't there for your fantasy football playoffs. If you guys remember that, you got burned by him. So yeah, he's a great player. He gets the volume, but I still don't trust him, man. Hasn't finished a season. So recapping first round, we got Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Najee Harris. Now, again, I love Najee Harris. I think the talent is there. They've made some improvements on that O-line, worked on the left and right side of the O-line there. And again, it's going to be a different O-line. I know a lot of guys aren't there anymore, but Najee Harris should be set this year either way, talent-wise, and I think they have enough receivers to spread that offense, create less stacked boxes, okay? And Big Ben knows how to operate. So Najee Harris coming in at number 4, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, Zeke Elliott, Aaron Jones. You can see the blue running backs here coming off in blue color. Devontae Adams and Travis Kelce to round out the first round. Very early on a tight end. I think there's a ton of value. I love Kyle Pitts this year. I don't know. With tight end, I may invest a 3rd or 4th round pick on either Kyle Pitts or Hawkinson, but tight ends, as long as I get my 10 points out of them and I'm secure at running back, I'm okay, right? Okay, starting second round here, we got Tyreek Hill. This guy not going running backs at all. He went Kelce and Tyreek Hill back to back, which is very interesting here. Who else do we got here? We've got, let me just move something here. Something was in the screen. All right, we've got Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, Cam Akers, Stephon Diggs coming off the board. And as you can see, guys, I'm going to filter here by running back. As you can see, there really isn't any more running backs. David Montgomery, there's other guys that could break out, like Michael Carter, Javonte Williams, guys like that. But literally, it's like David Montgomery's like the only safe guy here. They're gone. James Robinson, I still think James Robinson's going to get about 10 to 15 attempts a game. I really feel that ATN's going to be involved a lot in the passing game. Okay, so Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, Cam Akers, Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, Antonio Gibson, J.K. Dobbins. Again, not many running backs to choose from. Do I want to invest a second-round pick in Montgomery? Probably not. Let's take a quick glance, look at tight end here. I could go George Kittle, Darren Waller, all good options. And you know me, I don't like tight ends. When I look at wide receiver, again, great wide receivers here to choose from. And literally, there's no running backs because, again, I'm competing against guys that take running backs, okay? So I'm just gonna grab. I'm gonna do something unorthodox. I'm gonna grab the best wide receiver on the board, DeAndre Hopkins here, and secure my wide receiver. But again, I like to wait on wide receiver. This is not my typical strategy. But I'm not drafting typical people. I'm drafting people that draft pretty much exactly like me. They go robust RB, right? Whereas if it was a first round with anybody else, you would have seen Hopkins come off in the first round, early second, and more wide receivers trickle down are available here, okay? So I went with the best wide receiver on board. I got a lot of flack last week or whenever I drafted last time, where I drafted, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was a running back a little early. You're like, well, why would you do that? I'm just going with the best player available for this particular draft, okay? I went with Hopkins, ace wide receiver, secured him early, and just maybe I can get Montgomery here in the 3rd round or someone like that, right? Because again, there really isn't, like Chris Carson, he's had his plague of injuries. I don't trust Joe Mixon. I don't trust Miles Sanders in those offenses. I really don't. I can't trust those guys. Melvin Gordon, I can get Javonte Williams. I think he's going to steal that job later. Am I going to go Javonte Williams 3rd round? A little bit early for me. I think really with the way this draft is going, he's probably going to come off in the 3rd round because these running backs are just gone. As you can see here, blue across the board. There's only literally been 5 picks that are not running backs here. So let's recap the 2nd round. Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, Cam Akers, Stephon Diggs, who I like this here a lot. Work ethic is there and everything. DK Metcalf, a little early there, but I think Metcalf will have a solid season. Antonio Gibson, J.K. Dobbins, I went with Hopkins. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's this? Austin Eckler, James Robinson, a little early for him, but I still think he's going to eat. Calvin Ridley and Keenan Allen coming off the board back to back. So this guy went Christian McCaffrey, Calvin Ridley, Keenan Allen, securing his ace wide receivers, which isn't bad. And there, like I called it, Javonte Williams coming off here. You see a 3-headed monster with Big O. Man, there are no running backs. Just making a note here to the league here, if you guys are listening in the car. All right, so Someone plugged Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Use promo code ShowerLine. Save 20%. Ricky Williams. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so let's keep going here. So we're starting off with the third round here. Keenan Allen, Javonte Williams coming off the board. We are waiting for somebody to be on the clock here. And it looks like it's, who is this? Ricky Williams. Now, that's not the real Ricky Williams, I don't believe, but you never know these days. I've got everybody following me. And if you haven't checked out the episode, Deebo Samuel was on the show. Go check that out. Very interesting episode there, talking fantasy and reality. Go back a couple episodes. And, of course, guys, make sure you guys are subscribed. Very important, okay? Oh, we're up already for some. Okay, so we got David Montgomery. And they sniped David Montgomery. I called that, didn't I? They're taking all the running backs. So literally here, as you can see, none of my guys touching Joe Mixon or any of these guys. And again, yeah, that's who I went. I went Michael Carter really early. I reached on him. I don't like these guys. I really don't. I do need another running back. I'm just going to wait here. Let's see wide receiver here. There really isn't anybody that I like. Let's take a quick look at tight end. We have 16 seconds. George Kittle, Mark Andrews. You know what? Let's go tight end. I'm going to go early. Let's go. I'm doing things completely out of my comfort zone. I'm going George Kittle third round, okay? Never try this. So basically, like I said, it's so difficult drafting with people to draft exactly the way you draft. I got to do this I got to somehow open up my league or these mock drafts to Consheeps or just average people that don't think like me, which is going to be totally different, right? Which opens things up to the way I draft. But again, as you can see, guys, Javonte Williams and David Montgomery, guys that could be workhorses, sniped before I can get them here. And again, I'm doing things completely differently, drafting the best player available, not the way I typically draft, but when you're drafting against people that draft exactly like you, you're going to have those challenges, which is very interesting. But as you can see here, guys, love a lot of these guys' teams. You're seeing the robust RB strategy implemented on many occasions here. And if we went longer down the draft, you're going to see that people are going to be drafting ace wide receivers at a good time. Now, we see Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen coming off here in the third round. Still a little bit early for me when there's a ton of depth at that position this year. So, recapping third round, Keenan Allen, Javonte Williams, Michael Thomas, David Montgomery. I went George Kittle because I know there's a ton of other wide receivers I can get later. You know, in regards to running backs, it's pretty much a crapshoot at this point because everybody took all the running backs. Justin Jefferson, Pat Mahomes, and Josh Allen. Now, I'm being realistic, guys. I'm keeping it real with you guys. Honestly, like, there's only a handful of running backs that are in minimal committees, and all of these guys took them, right? It's just, they listen to my stuff. They got 16 rounds. They're loading up on running backs, which is a smart thing to do. They're securing the most scarce position. So, how do you counter it? I'm actually learning from this. This is a learning experience for me. What do you do if everybody drafts like you? Very rare situation for me to be in. But, you know, what do you do? I'm improvising. I'm grabbing the best player available and just going with that, right? I'm going to kind of guarantee those points for myself. But again, very unorthodox for me to be drafting like this. So I went George Kittle there with the fifth pick in the third round. Then Justin Jefferson came off the board. Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, A.J. Brown, Chris Carson, and Joe Mixon. We got one more pick here in the third round, and we're going to wrap back around. DeAndre Swift. So my thoughts on A.J. Brown. Here's the deal, guys. Matt Ryan, okay? Let's talk about Matt Ryan. Amazing quarterback, consistent in fantasy football, a guy that I liked years ago before he broke out, ahead of guys like Baker Mayfield. People thought I was crazy. Here's the deal, though. He's 18th in attempts based on last year. That's how many times he threw it, 18th a month amongst other quarterbacks. Then you got A.J. Brown, who, what did he get, like 106 targets last year? And now you've got Julio Jones coming in. Is there going to be enough volume to make both these guys top receivers? And then you're looking at Julio Jones being the potential wide receiver one. So for that reason alone, I'm probably dodging both these guys, especially A.J. Brown in that early draft pick. So A.J. Brown's a no-no for me, but he could give some value to a lot of people, okay? If he does well and he starts clicking with Ryan Tannehill. But again, third round, a little early. So again, Chris Carson, Joe Mixon, and DeAndre Swift for the last picks there in the third round. DeAndre Swift, don't really trust that offense. Then this guy went Miles Sanders. Obviously, you can see slim and trim at running back, not running backs that I would want to be my starting running backs with Swift and Miles Sanders. But that's what you do, and that's what happened to him because he went Kelsey and Tyreek Hill with his first two picks. This was the guy that went 12th, okay? Now, starting the fourth round here went Miles Sanders, Darren Waller, Terry McLaurin. The guy that got Terry McLaurin actually went Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, Chris Carson, went robust RB. Not really the RBs I like. Cam Akers, he could get the volume, but there's question marks. I still like him, though. There goes Michael Carter after McLaurin, Allen Robinson, Mike Evans, and CeeDee Lamb coming off the board. Again, I'm too busy talking. I'm not even looking at my picks here at all. So running backs here, we're really slim and trim here, literally. Like, there's really no one I really want at running back. Looking at wide receiver, I mean, do I go Adam Thielen? He's going to get the volume this year. Deontay Johnson. I could consider that. Deontay Johnson would be solid here. Yeah, you know what? Let's go Deontay Johnson. I think he's the wide receiver 1, and he was the number 1 target getter, 144 attempts last year. And, you know, 4th round is decent value for him. So I went Deontay Johnson here. So again, like, you're looking at running backs coming off the board very, very fast. And this is the thing, guys. I'm telling you, you got to load up on them, okay? And again, there's going to be a ton of wide receivers later. There's Kyle Pitts coming off. I like his value in the 4th round. I think there's a huge ceiling for Kyle Pitts because if you look at 2019 numbers of Julio Jones, that's 157 freed up targets there. Matt Ryan looking for a huge bounce back season. I really like Kyle Pitts this year. There's something really appealing and drawing me to him and the upside that he brings. So Kyle Pitts in the 4th round, I think is pretty good value. And I have no problem with that at all. I have no complaints there at all, okay? So Kyle Pitts coming off in the 4th round. We're going to keep rolling along here. Now, again, guys, we got one more round here to go. Make sure you guys get the 16-round drafts, which is where I draft the way that I draft, based pretty much on ADP and how your friends would draft. So I'm going to be drafting to accommodate, you know, how everybody else would draft, because 90% of people kind of draft based on ADP and consensus, and you're going to have a really robust, solid roster the way that I draft against the mainstream, okay? Because again, you're going to get the value, you're going to know when to, you know, draft certain people, you're going to know when the sleepers are, you're going to know when the breakouts are, and you're going to know when to snipe them before somebody else does. You're going to be so impressed with 16 rounds, so make sure you guys do grab it below and smash thumbs up. All right, let's recap the 4th round. We're going to do the 5th, and then make sure you guys do leave some comments below. Let me know your thoughts on this draft, how it went. Are you going robust RB? Love to get your feedback. All right, so round 4, Miles Sanders, Darren Waller, Terry McLaurin, Michael Carter. Again, he could get that starting job there. Allen Robinson, Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb. I still think he's part of a 3-headed monster there. I don't know if the volume is going to be there for him unless somebody gets hurt. Deontay Johnson, he's in a 3-headed monster situation as well, but we saw that Big Ben was gravitating more towards Deontay, and we know Big Ben throws more than any other quarterback in the league. So that's the appealing thing with Deontay. Kyle Pitts, Adam Thielen, Robert Woods, and Julio Jones to round out round 4. Starting round 5, we're starting with, who is that? Myles Gaskin. I don't trust Miami. Tyler Lockett for the 2nd pick here. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Everybody pretty quiet here in the comments. Yeah, James Robinson still the RB1 in Jacksonville. Just reading some people are saying. There goes Herbert. And this guy knows Showerline is sniping a lot of my picks. This guy definitely got 16 rounds. That's okay. I was definitely going to go Herbert here. You know, Dak Prescott could be solid as well. Looking for a big season out of him. Let's go with Dak here. I have no problem doing that. So Dak Prescott anchored my team with an ace quarterback here. So again, I feel pretty comfortable with this team. I personally would have waited on wide receivers and got some more running backs, but as you can see, they were gone. Could have went Clyde Edwards-Helaire here, as you can see, but I don't know if the volume is going to be there for Helaire. I like Helaire more of a 3rd round value type of guy. Could have went Montgomery. Again, I like him more of a 3rd or 4th round value kind of guy. Javonte Williams, again, because we're drafting against people that draft similar to me in regards to, you know, getting robust RB. Javonte Williams, again, I would have liked him in the 4th round. That's where you're going to get these guys. 4th, 5th round, you know, with other guys, you're going to get Helaire falling to 3rd because, again, a lot of people left, like my guys left, like Joe Mixon on the board. They left a lot of these guys that I wouldn't draft, and they left them on the board. And that's why I basically couldn't get the guys that I wanted. They picked kind of the guys that I would have went for, okay? Swift, guys like that. Chris Carson, Joe Mixon would have came off a lot earlier. A.J. Brown. Maybe even Pat Mahomes coming off a little bit earlier, stuff like that. Okay, guys? So let's recap this 5th round, and we'll call it a wraps. Again, make sure you guys get 16 rounds at fantrax.com. Head on over there, fantrax.com/FFC, create an account, and watch my story mode at Fantasy Football Counselor so you're first to get in. I really recommend you guys turn on notifications. That way you guys do not miss a thing. Okay, guys? Very important. I want you guys in. I want everybody to get a chance here to get in on these mock drafts and have some fun. Okay? So recapping, let's do it. Myles Gaskin, Tyler Lockett, Mark Andrews, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, TJ Hawkinson, Kareem Hunt, Cooper Kupp. I think Cooper Kupp's great value this year. Travis Etienne, Amari Cooper, Kyler Murray, and we've got one more pick here to round out round 5. So my team, Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Hopkins, George Kittle, Deontay Johnson, Dak Prescott, all guys at the top of their depth chart, all guys that are going to get volume, all guys that are going to put up solid fantasy points, but not exactly the robust RB strategy, which is okay because people have asked me to mix it up. There you go, guys. I mixed it up here for you guys, okay? Still, guys, I draft for sure. George Kittle, maybe. I'd rather have like a Kyle Pitts. I like the upside, and I can get Pitts a little bit later. It is what it is, though. This is what I ended up with, and I'm okay with it. All right, guys, a little high on Damian Harris here in the 5th round. I'm not really crazy about him, but hey, you never know. I just don't trust Patriots running back. So that's the last pick here in the 5th round for Max in his New York Jets guy, whatever his name is. All right, guys, subscribe, thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this mock draft, drafting from the 5th position. I could have easily gone Zeke. Zeke's a safe pick there as well. He's looking apparently in the best shape of his life. There were a couple other guys. I probably would have went Najee there to surprise you guys. I think the talent, opportunity, and volume is going to be there in the receiving game as well. Love him. I like Jonathan Taylor there as well, although Taylor, I think he's going to be competing with Naheem Hines and Marlon Mack. They're going to be thorns there. But there you have it, guys. First 5 rounds at fantrax.com/FFC. Go create an account. I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And make sure you guys following on Instagram every Tuesday so you guys can get in. And guys, fantasy football is almost here. Smash thumbs up. I'm excited. Talk to you guys soon.